All right, the link is just getting itself going. All right, and let there be Facebook Live.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Spokane Buddhist Temple's virtual service. My name is Amanda Goodwin, and I'll be your MC for the special end of year service, the Joya-E or Bell of the Last Night service. Before we get started, just a few reminders. Please know that I guess you'll need to mute yourself today. It's recommended that you turn your camera off and switch your viewing mode to speaker view. So to do this, just go to the upper right-hand corner of your screen and you should see view where you can choose speaker view. If you don't want your picture or name shown as we are live streaming to Facebook, please take this into account and update it accordingly.
What did you just do?
I took our picture off.
Oh,
In Japan, Joya-E is celebrated by ringing the concho on New Year's Eve 108 times to symbolically wipe out or ring out the 108 delusions that afflict human beings and which cause us to suffer in life. In doing so, we hope with the new year to gain a deeper insight and appreciation of the Buddha's teachings. We will begin our service with the chanting of the Vandana Tisarana, and I'll share my screen for everyone.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Namo Kye Butsu, Namo Kye Ho, Namo Kye So. I take refuge in Buddha. I take refuge in Dharma. I take refuge in Sangha. Namo Mirabutsu. Namo Mirabutsu. Namo Mirabutsu. Namandats, namandats, namandats.
Would everyone please turn to page 12 in your service books and join me in the reading of the Jodo Shinshu Creed. Number 1. Together, please. Entrusting the vow of the Buddha and reciting the sacred name, I shall proceed through the journey of life with strength and joy. Revering the light of the Buddha, reflecting upon my imperfect self, I shall strive to live a life of gratitude. Following the teachings of the Buddha, discerning the right path, I shall spread the true Dharma. Rejoicing in the compassion of the Buddha, respecting and aiding one another, I shall do my best to work towards the welfare of society. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, namanda, namanda. And as we reflect on the new year before us, please join us in a moment of silence as Reverend Opal chants the Shonen Ichiru no Sho.
Shonin Ichiru no Gokanke no Omumuki wa Shinjin no Moteho no Serare Soro Sono yue wa moro moro no zogyo o nagusu tete ishi ni mari ni kimyo surema fukashi no ganriki to shite Buddha no kata yori ojo wa jiro seshimete mo sono kurai yo Ishinen pokinyu shoujo shiru tomo shakushi そのゆえの諸妙念仏如来我がお嬢さらめ玉石この字の念仏心べきなりあなかしこあなかしこ何万だ何万だ何万だ。
Thank you, Reverend Opal. Minister's Assistant Chad Donahoe will now give a brief Dharma message.
Please join me in Gasho. Do not vainly lament, but wonder at the law of transiency and learn from it the emptiness of human life. Do not cherish the unworthy desire that the changeable might become unchanging. Break the bonds of worldly passions and drive them away as you would a viper. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. So we have finally reached the end of 2020. I don't think it'd be a stretch to say this year has been a difficult one, and most of us will be glad to see it end. People are talking about the vaccine and how they can't wait for things to get back to normal. I find it strange to hear statements like this coming from Buddhists. Impermanence is one of the foundations of our religion, and yet we resist change as much as anyone. We are only human, and we want things to continue in a way we understand and can control. But in order to live a truly full existence, we must embrace change. Change is a central feature of life. It can be exhilarating, frightening, exhausting, or relieving. It can spark sadness or happiness, resistance or grasping. Insight into impermanence is central to Buddhist practice. Buddhist practice points us towards becoming wiser and how we respond to what comes and goes. In fact, Buddhism could be seen as one extended meditation on transience as a means to freedom. The Buddha's last words were, "All conditioned things are impermanent. Strive on with diligence." Impermanence is not a uniquely Buddhist insight. Many religions grapple with impermanence and suffering. Some spiritual traditions equate the world of impermanence with suffering. For these, the solution to suffering is to transcend the world of impermanence. The Buddha approached suffering differently. He said that suffering is not inherent in the world of impermanence. Suffering arises when we cling. When clinging disappears, impermanence no longer gives rise to suffering. The solution to suffering, then, is to end clinging, not to try to escape from the ever-changing world. The understanding of impermanence is accessible. We see old age, sickness, and death. We notice that things change. The seasons change, our emotions change, the weather changes. Sometimes realizing that an experience is impermanent, we can relax with how it is, including its coming and going. Other times, seeing that change is inevitable helps us to let go of clinging to how things are. And sometimes, recognizing that we are all equal in being subject to aging, sickness, and death is the basis for compassion. As we see impermanence clearly, we see that there is nothing real that we can actually cling to. Our deep-seated tendency to grasp is challenged, and so may begin to relax. We see that our experiences don't correspond to our fixed categories, ideas, or images. We realize that reality is more fluid than any of our ideas about it. Confronting impermanence in this way can open us to liberation. To feel impermanence and loss, and to appreciate it at the same time profoundly as the beautiful essence of what it means to be. This is the deep truth I hear reverberating in the Buddha's last words. Everything vanishes, practice goes on. Please join me in Gasho. Do not vainly lament, but wonder at the law of transiency and learn from it the emptiness of human life. Do not cherish the unworthy desire that the changeable might become unchanging. Break the bonds of passions, drive them away as you would a viper. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad, for your Dharma message. We will now come to the highlight of the evening, the ringing of the bells. We will spotlight on Zoom each individual or family. Each family member can ring your bell once. When you see your screen spotlighted, please unmute yourself and try to give one distinct ring so we can track how many times the bell has been rung. We will be keeping a tally, and when everyone has rung the bell once per person, Reverend Opal will ring out the remaining 108 rings. After you ring your bell and we've moved on to the next family and you continue to hear the ringing of bells, take this time to reflect on the ways in which the Dharma moves in your life each day and how the 108 delusions cloud your true reality. We will now begin.
And actually, every family member can ring the bell twice to be on the safe side, because I know like Narong's house has like 5 people in it, and so we'll still keep track. But everybody do it twice. So like Narong's house, there's 5 people, so he'll have 10 rings coming out of his house.
Who starts?
Oh, thanks, guys. Hold on. Sorry. Let me get these kids really quick. Children, come ring the bell really quick. One time or 2 times.
They're gonna do it first. Yeah, so it's their kids.
Black child.
I don't know where. How many kids?
Vinay Ren also come here.
Yeah, Rain is there, but I don't know where Rain is. Maybe in the bathroom. He sleeps in there. He smokes.
So Lonnie, go ahead and ring your bell twice.
I'm going to ring it 4 times because of Wyatt.
Yes, please.
There's 4.
Thank you. And then if everybody else could refrain from talking while we're doing this.
So we'll not ring for.
We have to wait. He's coming? Yeah, he's in the bath. Let's go.
You heard me ring the bell.
Come.
Narong, go ahead and do your.
Okay,
Oh, it's us now.
yeah. 2 each, right?
Grandma doing. Ben.
Make one 2.
2 times. Just wait for Vinay. What is it? No.
2 more.
Vinay.
Oh, you do first, Vinay. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Four. Bob, go ahead. Bob Roast, go ahead and do yours twice.
Bob first.
They didn't call me yet, have they? Oh, no. Oh, that is there.
Yep.
And then Curtis, 2 for you.
Yep. 2 for Lena.
All right. Perfect. And then 2 for Bob Roast. So yeah, I should have had 6 total. Hide!
Hi.
More cowbell.
Oh,
In the bus.
I love it. Nathan, go ahead and unmute yourself and ring twice.
He just rang. I don't know if he unmuted though.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we got 2 there. And then Nick, why don't you go ahead? Thank you. And Sean, if Maze wants to ring twice, she can too.
I think we're good. She just wanted to see what was going on.
Okay. I'm Kinona. We need Kinona. Kinona, your bell's not coming through.
okay. I haven't actually done it yet. This is an electronic bell from a meditation timer. So we'll see
Oh,
how this
perfect.
lean back.
All right, Beck, what are we at?
Okay.
74. Do you want 76? Do you want to come ring once? Yeah, okay. Ring. So that's 74.
Thank you again for attending our special Joya-E service. If this is your first time attending Spokane Buddhist Temple and you have any questions, you can email the temple at spokanebuddhisttemple@gmail.com. We hold service every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. and you're welcome to join us then by letting us know you'd like to receive the weekly Zoom link. Oh, you're still muted, Melissa.
Gonna get that on a coffee cup. That now concludes our Joya-E service. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Mirabutsu.
Namo Midawsu.
Namo Mirabutsu.
Namo Midawsu.
Namo Mirabutsu.
Namo Midawsu.
Namandats. Namandats. Namandats.